This is TWiT.
There's a wonderful tweet. I don't know if I can show this on the air. It's kind of not safe for work. A wonderful tweet. If male video game characters were dressed like female video game characters. Have you seen this?
I think I know the image you're talking about.
Can we show this, chat, or what? What do you think?
1 second. Let me.
You could blur some parts of it.
It's so.
But this is the irony. If it were a female character, we'd show it. But because it's a male character, we don't. It's shocking. But and I guess this was it was actually an amazing tweet, and I would have retweeted it. But again, yeah, you could seek it out. It was tweeted by. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, way to scroll there. It's not magic.
It was tweeted by Yes All Women at Yes All Women, but there are women gamers now. There are a lot of them. But I don't blame some women for looking at gaming and saying, well, this is clearly a boys' club. Is the gaming industry at all interested in kind of trying to broaden itself, to become more of an art form, to reach out to more people, to invent new game forms? Or is it really, let's just do the same thing because we're making a lot of money now?
I think it's a little bit more the latter. But I think you also have to keep in mind, I think, very...
Now, wait a minute. You can't put that on shoe. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I don't think any women really want to see that image either, right?
Nobody wants to see it. I agree.
It's not a very attractive.
So let's get it all out of there.
But yeah, I think there's definitely more, especially this year. I don't know if you're following this whole Gamergate thing, but there's a lot of drama and a lot of social media noise around getting, in some aspect of that. There's many different facets of this, but one of that is, women having more representation in games. Of course, that needs to happen. It's a no-brainer, right? No one can argue like, oh yeah, be inclusive. Of course, gaming should be inclusive, and all people should enjoy games, no matter what your orientation or gender. So that said, it's money ultimately talks. We're not talking about social issues, and unless you're talking about independent games, like independent developers have that sort of freedom and space to do things that, maybe they're trying to send a message or they have a social issue that they want to make people aware of. Sure. If you're talking about the Activisions and Electronic Arts and Sonys and Microsofts of the world, they're businesses, right? So money ultimately speaks. So if you have games with inappropriately dressed women, scantily clad women, and those games still sell well.
Still,
guess what?
They probably sell better.
Yeah, those games are going to sell. It's still, you'll hear a lot of statistics. Like, if you take a look at the overall broad gamer market, then yes, women are caught up to men in terms of their presence in the gaming industry, but it's still heavily skewed toward casual and social gaming for women, where males are traditionally the more hardcore guys,
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about hardcore games, like the companies are going to make games that appeal to the 18 to 34-year-old male. So that's just the reality of it. So until the demographics start shifting in a significant way to force companies to take action, then you're going to continue to see that. Now, the positive news on the social front is that it's starting to happen because of all this noise and all these protests. I think more and more companies are more aware of this stuff, and they're going to be a little bit more conscious because they don't necessarily want the negative publicity when it comes to putting out characters that just don't look realistic and look rather silly. As people become more progressive, I think companies will be a little bit more aware, sensitive to that sort of thing, and it will probably come. It's going to get to that point eventually.